I'm live on YouTube. All right, peace to the gods, peace to the gods. Hope everyone's doing wonderful, magnificent, and great. I know I am, so y'all better be too. You know what I mean? But anyway, welcome to Consultation Wednesday, where I answer y'all's questions and shit. The call-in number is right in the chat on YouTube. So you want to call in now so I can get to you. By the time I open up the call lines, you could be somewhere close to the top. For Instagram, the number is 516-418-5649. Once again, 516-418-5649. All right, that's the call-in number. For anyone else that's been on the show before, type that call-in number in the gram for me if you don't mind. What I'm gonna be talking about. Hold on, let me put it in the chat so y'all can follow the law with me, because that's what I do over here. I'll be giving you that law, not my opinion, so y'all know what's going on. I'm also gonna put it in YouTube's chat. All right. So the code is 12 USC 4112. This is application for notes, collateral required. Just off the rip of the subject matter of this code, it's telling you what they're doing. I'm the only one that told you that every time you do an application, that's a check. That's a security. That's money. And they take that application, and that application becomes the cash for your loan. It'll come the cash to buy a car. It becomes the cash to buy a house. You know what I mean? Here's the law for it. Any Federal Reserve Bank may make application to the Federal Reserve agent for an amount of Federal Reserve notes herein before provided for as it may require. Such application shall be accompanied with a tender to the local Federal Reserve agent of the collateral in the amount of equal sum of the Federal Reserve notes thus applied for an issue pursuant to such application. So they literally make Federal Reserve notes based on what was in the application. The application is how they put out promissory notes, because that's all Federal Reserve notes are. So your straw man is, no, you got it, it's 12 USC 412, not 4112, 412. All right? So y'all got to know, every time y'all do the application, you paid for shit and you wasn't getting consideration. But when your bill come every month, they probably sending you an actual interest payment, but you don't know how to process it. You don't know how to utilize it. Without knowing how to process it and utilize it, they didn't give you consideration. All right? Which I show y'all how to go into arbitration on my Patreon. Patreon.com, and search Jonah Bay. Y'all can see videos on how to learn how to do arbitration. Right? But let me go on with this. Such application shall be accompanied with a tender to the local Federal Reserve agent of collateral in amount of the sum of the Federal Reserve notes, thus applied for an issue pursuant to such application. The collateral security thus offered shall be notes, drafts, bills of exchange, or acceptances acquired under Section 92, 342 to 348, 349 to 352, 361 to 372, and or 373 of this title, or bill of exchange endorsed by member banks. Now, of any Federal Reserve district or purchase under provisions of Section 348A and 353 to 359 of this title, or bankers' acceptances. I'm going to pause right there. It's telling you that what they use as the collateral to go with the actual money or the actual application is a bill of exchange, drafts, bills, or acceptances, right? To know more about those type of instruments, especially the bill of exchange, you're going to want to click on 92, 342, 348, 349, 352, 361, 372, 373. You're going to want to read those laws. I know I did, but have you? All right, let's go on. Not only read it, you're going to have to comprehend it. You're going to have to look up words in it. You're going to have to do your research. Y'all say y'all want to be able to buy things and discharge. You got to put in that work, y'all. All right, let me go on. Or bankers' acceptances purchased under the provisions of said Section 348A and 353 to 359 of this title, or gold certificates or special drawing rights certificates, or any obligations which are direct obligations of or are fully guaranteed as the principal interest by the United States or any agency thereof, or assets that Federal Reserve banks may purchase or hold under Section 348A and 353 to 359 of this title, and any other assets of the Federal Reserve Bank. In no event shall such collateral security be less than the amount of the Federal Reserve notes applied for. The Federal Reserve agent shall each day notify the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System of all issues and withdrawals of the Federal Reserve notes, and to and by the Federal Reserve Bank to which it is accredited. The said Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System may at any time call upon the Federal Reserve Bank for additional security to protect the Federal Reserve notes issued to it. Collateral shall not be required for Federal Reserve notes which are held in the vaults of or otherwise held by or on behalf of the Federal Reserve banks. All right. Now, of course, y'all know that's a little convoluted, right? You're going to have to read this shit mad times, click on all the blue inside this code, and research down the rabbit hole. I'm curious to see if y'all going to find what I found and understand what I understand about this. Because if you read this and really comprehend it, you won't need my help no more. You'll have everything you wanted to learn. But I doubt if y'all will be able to see it. You know, I sit home all day, I study law. Y'all ain't doing that. You're going to have to be extremely intelligent to really see what I see. But you can't say I didn't give it to you. You know what I mean? But y'all want to know about banking, but a lot of y'all don't want to put that time and that effort in to actually know about banking. With that being said, he said, it's my money and I want it now. I feel you. You got to put in that work. I feel everything you're saying. All right, so let me go to the call lines and see what y'all talking. Yo, I only see 2 hands up. This gonna be a short show. I don't give a fuck. I'll hang up. I'm on the radio talking to y'all 5 days a week between these shows and the private build, right? And the what's the other one? I can't remember, but the $1 billion build. You know what I mean? Yo, I'll get off early. I'm going to 585-770. Peace to the God. Peace.
Oh, peace to the God. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I would like to comment on what you said, but I can't. So is it all right if I just move to my question?
I don't. You can. You could. It's your world. Say what you want.
Oh, thank you. All right. So my question tonight is dealing with Rule 65, which is injunctions and restraining orders. So I'm calling tonight to you might actually maybe go about applying it, because I know that we've been dealing with injunctions with you ever since, anybody studies with you. But in my case, I'm moving for arbitration in my case. But the mortgage company is trying to push for foreclosure. So I found through Rule 65 that I'm able to put in an injunction after the complaint makes it through to restrain them either temporarily or permanently, so they can't try to do a foreclosure until the case is over.
I got you. But if you want to do an injunction, most people do injunctions by going into foreclosure, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they get at least a 1 month to 3 month injunction on a foreclosure. It stops them from even being able to try to do a foreclosure. But the real truth is, if I was you, I'd read my contract and take it straight into arbitration. To learn everything you need to take them into arbitration, you're going to get on my Patreon. I have step by steps in about 5 different classes, hour, 2 hours long, on how to do arbitration. And it will shut it down. Even if they have a case, you can shut down their case in regular court once you learn how to do the arbitration process. Marlon did that to various different cases. It wasn't foreclosure, but it was credit cards.
Yeah.
So
that's what not to cut your wisdom, but that's why I called in tonight, because I know that my case and that family is a lot different than mine, because
it's not different. It's not different.
No. Okay.
No, arbitration. Okay. You still signed the application. The application was the fucking money that you lent them, and they didn't give you no consideration for it. So therefore, it's the same shit. The argument is pretty much the same.
Okay. Well, see, in my case, Jonah, I watched 1 through 3. I didn't watch the rest of the arbitration webinar that you done. But in my case, I did the regular, get the index number, get the complaint and everything. And so I had to end up amending my complaint. And so now I'm in the process of waiting for my amended complaint to go through. And through that, I moved for arbitration based on the contract. I think we talked. I know you talked to a billion people, but through the severability clause, I moved in that way. So from my understanding, and that's why I'm calling you tonight to chop it up with you.
Does your contract say you can move it into arbitration, or does it say it must be fought in arbitration?
Well, the way that it's worded, it says that if there's anything that is unlawful in the contract,
yeah, you saying it's fraud, so it's arbitration that says it's mandatory. All you got to do is show that it says it in that contract and put a copy of that contract in there and say, I'm moving it to arbitration. And then file your paperwork in arbitration and show them that you filed the paperwork in arbitration, and the judge will dismiss that case. And all of that is in part 1 through 5. I don't know exactly which part I talked about it in, but it's in 1 through 5 of the ABCs of arbitration. You're going to have to go back and study it. I think you're missing information that I conveyed in it.
Well, I might be, but I think it's the way that I'm following the procedure, and I probably do. But from what you're telling me, just to make sure I'm hearing you correctly, is that with this injunction that I'm curious about, once I get in arbitration, I may be able to move it through there.
Once you start arbitration, the case there can't survive. They can't keep it going. They're going to close it.
Based upon the contract.
Based upon it's in arbitration where it's supposed to be.
Okay, I understand that.
Okay. I gave you a law Monday, and the law Monday was talking about trust laws, and they can't infringe on trust laws. Go back and listen to Monday's show, because your house is in a trust. It's illegal.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Big Daddy Moses, and happy belated birthday. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Peace.
Peace. I'm going to 470-522. Peace to the God. Peace.
Peace, God.
Peace, God.
I got a simple question. My own question off topic also. So I got like child support, and I'm trying to do this case where I was frauded by the court, and but I'm on probation. Do you know like what would be the wisest way to go about it without them trying to retaliate?
How was you frauded?
I didn't have a warrant during my case, and it states that when I took my plea, it was insufficient evidence. This was my lawyer argued. So,
did you lose your case, or did you take a plea?
I took a plea.
How the fuck did they fraud you? You agreed to do it.
Because they didn't have a search warrant for the
Dog, you agreed to it. Yeah. You signed the contract to say it's okay, I'll do this. How's it fraud?
Through coercion, but I guess it would be fraud. I mean, I guess
that's not fraud when you agree, my nigga, and they got your signature. You want to go back and undo the contract, and I'm saying, how you gonna undo the contract? What you gonna say? I was under duress. I was crazy. I didn't understand. How you gonna prove this fraud if they got your signature on it?
Well, I can't really prove fraud. I can prove that, they violated my constitutional right.
Okay, then don't be saying fraud.
Okay, I get you. I get your standpoint.
So, in other words, that would be the wrong argument. Now, I did show maybe 3-4 weeks ago on Rule 60. You need to go back and find my show. Go to blogtalkradio.com. Go back and listen to the show, or on YouTube. Where I'm going through Rule 60. Rule 60 is how to undo a case if your rights was fucked up and you didn't get due process according to the Constitution. Rule 60.
Okay, and I'm still gonna book a consultation and go through it, because I'm gonna send you everything, including the court transcript, to even when the judge said it was a warrantless search and a warrant wasn't, needed.
Bro, my whole thing is you have no rights. You don't know how to defend. My whole thing is, how the fuck you lose this case when I don't know how many months I've been telling y'all get my writ of discovery, and it would have won your case with no problem. That means at the time this was going on, you didn't know shit about the writ of discovery, which means you didn't know how to defend your rights. The main shit that the writ of discovery talks about is not having a warrant, not having an affidavit in support of the warrant, which also means that you never read Tricks and Traps of Court, which also means you never read the Treatise of False Arrest.
No, I didn't. Honestly, I didn't read it. This was going on in 2022. I was locked up the whole year.
Yeah, but I understand it was before you knew about shit. But the problem is you're trying to undo shit and you still don't know about shit. How the hell are you even talking to me about it unless you read those 2 documents?
Okay, so I will go back in. I'm familiar with your work, so I will go back to SoundCloud and listen to that.
I did not see. You have a problem listening. I did not say SoundCloud. I didn't mention SoundCloud at all today. Why did you say SoundCloud?
Because I'm used to you telling everybody SoundCloud, and that's why.
But I'm talking to you right now, and I told you specifically where to go, and that means you did not hear it. You see the problem?
Respect. Could you repeat that, guy?
Thank you. I said go to Blog Talk about a month ago and look for Blog Talk has all the recent shows. SoundCloud got all the shit 10, 15 years ago.
Okay, Blog Talk is where I go to.
Yeah, you're not going to get no new information on SoundCloud. SoundCloud gives you foundation shit. You need new shit. Go to SoundCloud a month ago and search Rule 60. Matter of fact, I think you would be able to go, say, Jonah Bay. I don't know. We're going to see if it works. Jonah Bay Rule 60. Let's see. We Google that, anything comes up. We Google that, anything comes up. Nah, it doesn't come up.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, it's in SoundCloud. It's in Blog Talk. It's about a month ago. And like I said, what else did I tell you had to read? What 2 documents?
The Tricks and Traps of the Court, and was the other one was false arrest?
Treatise on false arrest. Especially you want to read the treatise on false arrest because it talks all about what happens when they don't have a warrant, and it gives you all the case law and everything else.
Okay, I appreciate that, guy. And I remember saying something about the Chinese yuan. I seen when I logged into Google on the news, their currency took over the U.S. dollar.
What? I didn't know that. Did you know that Trump just signed a bill to join the BRICS? He made America join the BRICS nations.
Yo, that's crazy. So if anybody's listening to you, we gotta get rich, man.
I've been telling people for years about that. You know, if I don't know what to say. Some people don't be hearing what I'm saying. You know what I mean? But you can't say I don't try. I try to tell them.
Yeah. I'm like, everything you saying is like you prophesying stuff at this point.
Thank you, God. You have a good day. Go do that work, bro. And I got you. We can undo it.
All right, that's my homework, God.
Peace. All right, someone in Instagram asked something. It caught my eye. Is the application the bill of exchange? You really didn't pay attention to when I was reading that law. That's why I told you you're going to have to read that law at least 6 times to comprehend it. It told you that the application was the actual order for the money. It was the money. And then they needed to do collateral for the money. And the collateral for the money would be a bill of exchange. That's what the law just said. Y'all gotta listen. When y'all hearing shit the first time, you gotta realize you're not gonna hear it properly the first time. You're gonna have to read it mad different times. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to read it mad different times. Now, let me tell you something that the Lord didn't tell you. It is your application, and then they put endorsements on it that turns it into a bill of exchange. You know what I mean? Like paid to the order, United States Treasury, that would make it a bill of exchange. So every application is an application, but it can be converted to a bill of exchange. Most things can be converted into a bill of exchange. I'm going to give y'all more on that in the future. But y'all first got to do the research. I told you all the blue in this law. The law is 12 USC 412. You got to look up. I can do the rest of the year on this law if I wanted to. Each week, I would just click on the blue and read a different part of it, like 12 USC 92. The act as insurance agent and broker. It seems like it's not a part of that law, but no, it is. You have to know it all to be able to see what they're doing. Y'all don't study correctly. Y'all will read that law and not look up none of this stuff in blue. Y'all won't look up any definitions. I'm going to tell you. Looking up these blue words, these blue things, and then looking up definitions is the key to understanding their laws. That's where all the lies are hidden. But let me go back and get another caller. I'm going to 725-247. Peace to the God. Peace.
Hey, hello.
Peace, God.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing, sir?
I'm doing wonderful, magnificent, and great. How you doing?
Hey, man, I'm all right, man. Just another day and trying to understand some of the stuff that you're talking about, man. So here's my situation, man. I'm in a joint custody battle right now for my son, and we didn't went to trial and everything like that. And I had an original judge who was giving me a chance as a father, gave me orders, the whole nine, and I did all that. I come back on trial day, they done substituted my judge out with this female judge. Basically, man, she didn't give me not a chance. You know what I mean? Just basically ignored evidence, things of that I've had, and also verbally, exercise my rights as having rights in the state of Las Vegas, Nevada. But she basically just ignored everything, man. It was just like, I'm just going to give everything to mom and let her move to Tennessee, period.
Do you not understand that you weren't in court? You didn't have a trial? You don't understand that you was in an administrative court?
Which is the family court?
All their courts are administrative. You wasn't in a real court, okay. Which means that they could do whatever the hell they want because you wasn't in a real court. And you weren't sticking it on law. First of all, when you're dealing with a child, it ain't supposed to be in their courts. You're supposed to deal with the mother. Now, I don't even help anyone in child support court per se. What I do is show people how to get off of child support altogether. And then work everything else out with the mother of your child. That's all I can help you do. I can't get you custody, help you get custody, because to help you get custody means that I would have to let you go into their fake ass court and give them jurisdiction. I don't do that. So I don't know what you heard or thought you heard I do, but I don't do nothing like that. I don't do nothing for custody. I'll tell you my own experience. My own experience was I cut the fucking money off. I got out of child support. And when the money wasn't coming, all of a sudden my kid was a problem. Now you want me to spend time with the kid. Then the kid came and lived with me and went to high school. And I had to make him be a man. Now my son Jonah is doing just fine. He make well over 6 figures. He's a practitioner nurse and married, got my grandkid and all that. Sometimes you gotta get your feelings out of it and let her stew in that bullshit. A lot of times they don't want you to see the kids and all of that because of money. They're trying to get money. So if you shut the money down by not being on child support, a lot of that shit will clear up on its own. It won't work for every woman, but it works for most. Because they still want to be out in them streets. They still want to be able to go out and party and date niggas and all of that shit. A kid has a way of getting in the way of all that. You feel me?
Yes, sir. Yeah, like I'm totally new to all of this, man. I'm new to all of this that
I know.
Talking about
it's
right
all right.
Now. So I just been going through it. This is my first child, man.
I know, man.
You know what I'm saying? With the whole child support stuff, and
right.
Like I said, I submitted, showed evidence, receipts, everything that I've been involved with.
I know, dog. They ignore all of that shit. You know what they fucking told me? I showed them receipts and how much money I was spending on a kid. They said I just gave them a gift. Nigga, and got locked up. Spent the whole summer in jail. Didn't even owe no money because I'm like, I'm not having it. They locked me up for contempt. Put me in jail for a whole summer. Bro, what you're going to have to do is listen to my shows. Also, go on my site, jonahbay.com, and pick up the child support injunction. But the first thing I want you to do is put yourself on a regular injunction so they won't be able to lock you up for no bullshit. Keep on tuning in. I'm going to walk you through it. We're going to beat this together.
Yes, sir. Yeah, because it was just like, man, it felt like so much. It was just unfair, 100%. You know,
totally unfair. They look. The system, child support system, is there to make money. Women don't even realize it. The child support system gets more money if, let's say, they taking 1,000 from you, right? They'll probably only give the woman about 500. They took 500. And the women don't even know that, right? And then in their laws, which is totally illegal, child support is unconstitutional. They said child support is for them to get money, not the mother. Not the mother. The system ain't made to do that. It's for them to gather up money. Now, everything about child support is unconstitutional. When you get off the phone with me, I want you to Google child support unconstitutional and read how many states, their laws, Supreme Court cases that said it's unconstitutional. Get familiar with that. That's your homework for tonight.
Yes, sir. Child support unconstitutional.
Yup, just Google that.
I was actually on the internet just now, man, looking at some lawyers, Ask a Lawyer, that type of stuff. I was just looking at all that type of stuff, and one of my people actually called me, man, told me about the show. So I said, all right, man, I'll give it a shot and see what kind of information I can get from it, which you definitely have been extremely informative. Now,
I also want you to send me an email to jonahbay@gmail.com and put private build. I got to put you in the private build that we do. We do Sunday and Tuesday, so we could answer more of your questions where we're not in the public. You know, you could feel comfortable telling us about more personal shit, and we give you more personal advice. You know what I mean, on how to get it done.
Absolutely. And that was jonahbay.com, you said?
No, That's my website. No, my email, jonahbay@gmail.
jonahbay@email.com.
Yes.
Can you spell out exactly that a certain way?
Oh man, you don't know the Bible, do you?
I'm familiar with it, brother.
Jonah is spelled just like the Bible, Jonah, and Bay is Bey.
Bey. Okay,
Yep.
I know.
Everything is Jonah Bay, B. All my shit is Jonah Bay.
Yes, sir.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right, man. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much.
No problem. Peace.
God bless, man.
I love the young guys trying. By him fighting that right now, he gonna make sure his kid has a fruitful life and grow up to be a real strong man. I like that. It remind me of when I was that age, my first kid. You know what I mean? I'm going to call a 904-412. Peace to the God. Peace.
Peace to the God. Say it ain't so. What's going on, son?
It ain't so. It ain't so. I'm just up here, you know, giving some lessons to the young man with the new kid. You know what I mean?
You already know. I got one question I've been trying to catch up to for a minute. I had it, but I forgot it. I'm trying to get the non-taxable EIN for the estate.
Nah, you don't want to do that.
How to do that?
You don't want to do that. The state number, right? It goes dormant after 7 years. You don't want to build that number up, get credit and all that, and it all goes away. What you want to do is go to jonahbay.com. I just did the webinar this past weekend, right?
Okay.
And you want to go pick up that webinar. It's crazy. Even though I did the webinar, I damn near forgot what the webinar was called because I'm about 2 to 3 webinars ahead of myself right now. It was at your job at all.
Word up. No doubt. I appreciate that. Let me see.
No doubt.
Appreciate it. That's all I got, man. I ain't even gonna hold you.
All right, peace to the God. That was a quick and easy one. Yeah, you know, for all of y'all that missed that webinar, y'all better talk to the people that was on. Y'all need that information, especially with what's going on in the world. You know what I mean? With everything costing so much money and all that, this going to automatically put more money in your pocket and keep the IRS out of your pocket. My goal this year is all my listeners ain't going to be paying a damn dime in taxes to no one. Not even while they spend, before they get their money, after they get their money, while they spending their money. No, none of that. My goal is also to show y'all exactly how to discharge, remit, not pay bills, whatever the hell you want to call it. Yeah, I found the laws on how to do it, right? I'm showing y'all all that. So if y'all want to be a part of all of that, which means you're going to be financially free. You want to be a part of all of that. You want to pick up that webinar I just did this weekend that just passed. Go by that webinar. That's part 1. Now I'm going to be coming with part 2 pretty soon. I'm just giving y'all time to get y'all's money back up before I go get part 2. And then it'll be the third part. And the third part is showing y'all how to discharge everything. The second part, what the fuck was the second part on? Taxes is illegal. Taxes is voluntary. Taxes is unconstitutional in slavery. Part 2 of the webinar that I'll be coming, the webinar series, I will show you how to claim all the money you ever paid to the IRS and get it back in a check. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. It might take you up to 5 years for them to send you that check, but you will get it. You know what I mean? And the most important thing is you won't be responsible for taxes ever again. So that's up and coming webinar. So be there and be square, but you need part 1. You also need to pick up the The tax injunction webinar and template. You know what I mean? Y'all are behind on the lessons, man. I keep on moving, and you know, y'all ain't getting a lot of information. You know what I mean? Because I already did it. Y'all need to study, and when y'all finish studying, study some more, Moors. You know what I mean? That's how it is. Jonah, will you direct me on how to get my home back? I'm in Florida. No, I won't. Nope. Uh, your shit gone. Your shit gone. Now, if you want to get your money back for that house and all of that, you need to be on the next two webinars that I'll be doing. You need to be on the one I just did this weekend. That's all going to show you how to get the money that's in what y'all call the CAFR accounts. The IRS calls it the individual master account. IMF, individual master file. Individual master file. I will be showing all three of them is getting you to go into the individual master file. For all of y'all that have been around me for mad years, the individual master file is almost the same as the CAFR account that's down at your county, right? Now, every company you ever did an application with, they opened up an account. In that account with that company is on the trust side, and it's called an individual master file. And every bill you get from that company has the bank account number of the individual master file right there on the bottom of the bill, on the coupon part. Y'all don't know how to process it. You know what I mean? So technically, they sent you a check. You don't know how to process it. No one has ever showed you. They gave you their opinions on how to do it. I can tell you that according to the law, anything you do wrong, it won't work. You got to do it exactly right. You're going to have to know public from private. You're going to have to know the trust side and the corporate side. That's what I'm showing y'all. But y'all going to have to do y'all studying. Y'all got to do the things that I tell y'all to study. Anyway, that's my show for tonight. Peace to the gods.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye. 60 seconds.